So why Reliance Entertainment wants to be in this space and why they want to shoot overseas and do stuff, and what's your experience relating to this?
So 22 years ago, my first film, I was very, of course, naive, and when my director said that we should go to South Africa or we should go to Mauritius to do a few songs and shoot a few songs, and I thought, look, this is a small budget film. Why are we going over there for the film? It was Meghna Gulzar's first film called Filhal. The story was set in India, in Mumbai, but we went abroad and we shot it. It's so simple. We are in an audiovisual medium, and everything really depends on where we want to take it visually, how authentic do we want to be. If the story is set in, say, Kabul, can I go and shoot in Kabul at this time? No, I can't go to Kabul. Maybe I can consider Azerbaijan, right? Or I can consider Abu Dhabi and say, can I get this sort of location? So there are various reasons why we go. A, because geographically doesn't match the story, visually is it going to add to the story, and that's the first thing, which is creative. And then we come to the cost and the incentives, which of course I'll leave all the experts to talk about the incentive, because we Indians like things which are very incentivized. But yeah, we have budgets, and we've got much smaller budgets than Hollywood and some of the Western and the European countries. So yeah, so it's what does it do to my story? How does it make it visually grand? And how well does it fit into my budget? That's what it is. And in Reliance, we shoot a lot abroad. Vikram Veda, which just released, that was during the COVID time, and we couldn't go to Lucknow and shoot it. And it was shot in Abu Dhabi, where Lucknow was set up in Abu Dhabi. And that was because there were certain COVID regulations that it just sort of worked out a lot better, and we came back to Lucknow. Currently, we are shooting in Poland. There is one film which is being shot in Poland in various places, and the film is called Crack. They will be shooting there for 30 days. A lot of the film is set over there. So yeah, before I hog the mic.
Samir, Lucknow and UAE, Abu Dhabi, what's been your experience?
Like you would be surprised. When I went down to set to see it, I was completely shocked. And honestly speaking as well, with the crew and cast, we have about 2,500 mixture between crew and cast on that location. Does not look like Abu Dhabi at all. But then generally, to go back to the same point, we're talking about like what really brings the productions. And we were just having this chat before, saying that most of the film commissions will be saying exactly the same thing. And most of the time, it's the question, is it the rebate and the incentives? Because that's the first thing we will start thinking about, to say, save money, incentives. But then we realize that really it is a package. It comes the incentives and then the locations. So most of the times we'll have one location, we'll say, great, let's travel there, you get 30% cash rebate. And then you realize that, well, if I can shoot the other 30% of the film in Abu Dhabi, I can get even more incentives, but then do they have the locations? And then you end up with the third element, which is the construction. Do I need to fly my crew? Do I need to fly the equipment? Or do I need, is that available there? So I think for us, I would say in Abu Dhabi, that's what we're really basing ourselves of having a very strong infrastructure, building a very big crew base with all the freelancers in Abu Dhabi to make that journey easy. And then the government support that we have in Abu Dhabi, because remember, the leadership in Abu Dhabi really understand the importance of this part of the entertainment sector, film production, and how it does elevate the economy. So all of that, and then to top it, India and Abu Dhabi, like I tried coming to India, I was just up in the book, and the captain said, here we go, we're landing. It's like 3 hours just to come here. So the proximity is very close, which helped us to have more productions from this part of the world.
Very good. But do you think the language issue comes in play? People need to know Hindi, crews, and interacting on the local languages of India.
I mean,
Did they help? Because there's a substantial expat population in.
I mean, this, I would definitely say that's actually one of the reasons why we're so fortunate to have a lot of Indian productions coming to Abu Dhabi. Because of the great synergy in the culture, trade, and the tourism with India is really huge. So, in fact, I see this as a really positive thing that we can have in Abu Dhabi.
One question people often ask me about UAE specifically, will there be local co-producers who will be willing to invest in projects which Indians bring to your country?
That's something definitely we are working on as the Film Commission. That's part of what we're pushing for. Well, it's an evolving industry that we're working on, and there's so many changes. And for anyone that used in Abu Dhabi with, just I would say, 1 year ago, and he comes now or she comes now, we'll see completely the different changes that we're doing in a very positive way. And specifically, I would say focusing now definitely in the Indian market.
Very good. Norway goes next. I saw this TV series called Occupied. It's, I think, on Netflix. So your country is fabulous. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a few really successful drama series coming out of Norway in recent years, and from the Scandinavian countries in general. And also feature films. I mean, Norway was up for 6 Academy Awards.
Wow.
2 for feature film worst person in the world, and 2 co-productions, as well as an honorary award for Legal Man, for main actress. So it's absolutely an exciting time in Norway, both in the film and series space. But also, I mean, globally, it's a very exciting time to be in this industry. And specifically so from India, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's such a strong industry. For me, sort of, why do you shoot in multiple countries? It's also about sort of expanding the footprint of your industry. There's so many shows like Occupy, but also Indian shows that has the potential to reach a global audience. And shooting abroad sort of strengthens that potential.
So are you offering any incentives to Indians which are specific to this part of the world? Or are there some general incentives?
Yeah, we do have a 25% cash rebate, but to be honest with you, it's currently under review, so it will be revamped in 2023. There's a few exciting developments in the Nordic countries when it comes to incentives. Iceland just revamped their incentive and did something smart, so increasing the incentive for projects that stay longer and use more local resources. Sweden is coming up with an incentive in a few weeks.
It's good that you're helping your neighbors.
Yeah, we work very closely together. And also, I mean, also sitting here next to Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
we have had also our projects in common, like Mission Impossible 7,
Yes.
shot in Abu Dhabi and Norway, June, shot in Abu Dhabi and Norway. Looking forward to share a few projects with Azerbaijan.
Fantastic, why not? Azerbaijan, I believe you're taking a flight to south of France this evening, so we won't hold you back. Tell us about, why are you here in Mumbai? Yeah, what brings you here?
Actually, in our country, 2 years ago, we started big structural reforms in our Minister of Culture. So now...
Can you hold the mic a little closer?
Excuse me?
Just hold the mic a little closer.
Closer, yeah. Yeah, we have really... we are changing now everything. That in last 2 years, Azerbaijan are very interested in films which should be from abroad come as to Azerbaijan and film movies. Actually, for India, Azerbaijan is one of the most, I guess, comfortable countries because we have direct flights from Mumbai to Baku. It will start in November. We have already the Delhi-Baku flight direct. Also flying from Dubai, most of our clients most of filmmakers from India, is I'm from Dubai. And also Azerbaijan is a small country, but we have a lot. We have deserts, we have mountains, we have forests, we have sea. Baku have architecture of ancient Eastern, like Arabic, Persian. At the same moment, we have modern city park, which is looking like Dubai. Also, we have a park which is looking like the Europe, because Baku is a city in the end of 19th century. Because of the petroleum, a lot of people from Europe came to Baku and Baku to make it bigger. And a lot of Polish architects made these buildings in Baku. And that's why it's looking some ways like Europe. And after Soviet Union, we are former Soviet country. So it's also looking like, in some places it's looking like Russia, some places like Dubai, some places like Iran, and some places like Europe. It's a really interesting city, and our country is also that on the south it's hot, but when you go to the north, on the mountains, you can see the snow.
You seem to have everything. Do you have subsidies?
You know, for every producer is two main things. Yeah, shoot great movie and save some money. You know, because everything is cheaper in Azerbaijan, like in filmmaking. So it's even maybe better than subsidies. But anyway, we are working on it. Next year we will have rebates.
You will have.
Cash rebates, yes.
Looking forward. Yeah, great. Mr. Bose, your experience of shooting your last film, and I believe Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it was Abu Dhabi, and then there was Bengal.
Can you share some of the elements that come into play when an Indian producer goes overseas? What are you looking for, and how comfortable are foreign locations from an Indian perspective?
So one of the major issues that we face over here is that over a period of from conceptualization to script writing to finally getting character or actor on board, because there are various parameters that are in place. So now when to suggest which location becomes important for us. So suppose during the scripting process, we say that okay, we can go to this country or that country, and the script adapts itself to that. Like when we shot Badla, it was actually in India, then it adapted itself to the story, but adapted itself to Scotland. So, but if we have committed to Scotland, to our director, then we have to go there. And then it's a process of 1.5 years. Lots of things changes, including the forex, the exchange rates, and the conditions. So one of the biggest challenges for us is when to contact the country, the commission or the line producer, when to contact them, and how to build that relationship in a more transparent manner. That we are coming here just to evaluate, or we are coming there to shoot. So that becomes a major decision-making process for us, that how much should we involve the other person in the process. So I think as commissions, maybe we can think of that as a process. That how can we get involved when we are writing the script, when we are managing things, and when we are taking time from people over there, how to incentivize that. That's making the budget. For example, when we came over there, we were shooting an action film. So we didn't know how to budget an action film in Abu Dhabi. And we were kind of discovering this whole, or educating ourselves during the process of it. So there are certain things like what is the cost of construction, what is the cost of this budgeting, what are the insurances involved. Those kind of things are kind of key for us to know before we can suggest that, okay, we can go and shoot in this situation.
How often are those questions answered?
See, ultimately those questions are always answered, but the idea is when. Like, so if we are already there and now we are discovering lots of things, then it's definitely an educative process for the next film.
Right.
But for that film, we are there. So that is the gap that we need to fill, I think. Like to point out here that there are lots of producers here, and there are lots of people over there who are helping us taking a film over there. Not every film gets made. The local, the foreign line producers, most of their medical involvement gets involved in the first few days of the script reading, when they are finding the location, when they are looking for everything. And suppose they do all of that, and then the film doesn't work, and we see that, oh, budget-wise it's not working. That person over there, they get unincentivized in that case. And that is the gap that we need to fulfill. That how, because for them, then what happens is that all the good people over there, good talent, they tend to go for a bigger name like Reliance. They know, okay, if they are pointing their phone. But for other producers, it becomes a branding issue.
If we look at the number of films that we make, I mean, the figure is 1,000 films or 950 films. It's only about the 30 or 35
that go overseas.
That are the big films, right? Let's say not even 30, 35, say 25 films in a year are the really big ones with large budgets where they can travel. But there are a lot of films that go for 4 and 5 days to a location for the songs. Now that is a separate market altogether. Right? So it's not your narrative, it's just your music pieces. Plus there are music videos, because music is such a huge important part of our culture. So there are music videos that are being shot abroad. They go for 4 days, 5 days. Right? So I mean, people go. Now in terms of incentivize, was the question that
No, budgets. We have enough budgets.
No, we have the budgets when we need the budgets.
That's Reliance speaking.
No, it's not like that.
That's true.
We have the budgets when we need the budgets, but the thing is that we also, having said that, there is a budget.
Yeah, but is it increasing? It's in your.
No, it's going to decrease now.
Why decrease?
No, the thing is because, you see, unfortunately, COVID has really impacted cinema. People's viewing habits have changed because they sat at home and for 2 years they saw the best of cinema from across the globe. They saw the Norwegian fantastic films, they saw films from all over, and the Indian audience has now got a taste of great cinema. So the habit of going to cinema halls is of the budget. So there's going to be, there's going to be some kind
But
of.
this is temporary, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. But
आपके मुंह में घी शक्कर.
These things change. If the viewers' habits have changed, the script writers are also writing probably better scripts.
No, sure, that's the creative.
So
Yeah.
So people will come back to the cinemas. Not everybody will get used to a 8K Dolby 7.1 sound at home. People will want to go out and
They're hoping. They're hoping.
It's
No,
definitely.
I'm talking about the short term.
Short term, maybe a couple of years max. But overall, to the budgets of Indian cinema and Indian content, you see them going up with so
Of
many
course,
OTT
over the
platforms.
years, if I'm looking at where I started and now, the budgets have gone up.
Cost of hiring actors.
See,
is
because,
not-
so let's say cost of actors, the making, everything, the budgets have gone up because monetization possibilities and revenue streams have grown.
To the actors or the stars, they prefer shooting overseas.
I'm sure everybody loves to travel, but the thing is that the professional actors are not, they don't insist that you need to go overseas because, everybody understands that whatever is the requirement of the script, that needs to happen first. The script is bigger than all of us, right? So,
You guys, you can.
What?
Doesn't matter. What would you say if a major film star walks in and wants to shoot in Azerbaijan? What would you say to him? Indian film star.
Indian film stars.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm friends with a couple of Indian stars. We had some cocktails before yesterday. I told them that They know about Azerbaijan, they have been, and they like it. But anyway, discover Azerbaijan. I'm pretty sure that you will enjoy it.
Good.
Well, I would say welcome, first and foremost. And also, I mean, if it's a story here from Mumbai, that they're also a bit of a trailblazer. So we haven't had that many productions from Mumbai in the last decade or two. We've had some amazing productions in recent years. Mission Impossible, King Trials, we had June, we had James Bond. We
There's
had
an Indian film festival in Mumbai, in Oslo.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So there's a relationship with Bollywood there, and we were still sort of waiting for the right project to come our way. So we're really excited about being here in Mumbai and hope to see a strong project coming soon.
Super. Samir, you tell us about Yas Island. I saw them around. What's that about?
That's the best place to be on earth currently for entertainment. But that's the project. In Abu Dhabi, you will see that there's different destinations, like apart from culture and entertainment. And Yas Island is the hub for entertainment on Abu Dhabi, and that's actually where our office is now based there on the Yas Creative Hub. And one of the really unique locations that you would see in Abu Dhabi, and I would tell you, the beauty of Abu Dhabi, when I tell people to come to Abu Dhabi to see, is the diversity and the proximity, how close it is. So, talking about the desert, talking about the ultra-modern, talking about post kind of war locations, all of that, the background, the studios that are coming out. I mean, the proximity, it's all close to each other, very unique locations, very film friendly. And then, as I said, the great government support that we get to get almost everything it is possible. You can live in Abu Dhabi. You can see from military support, which is something that we're very proud of, to have this great relationship with our military in Abu Dhabi to get all these assets, with the police, with the military defense, Department of Transport, and all of that to make all these projects happen. Anything, I would say, keep the projects coming. We love Indian productions now so much that's why we're here. We want to bring more. Hope to see more coming.
We have some time for questions from the audience. So I'm sure there are a lot of producers here and want to come out there and ask you some questions. Please raise your hand, introduce yourself, and you can ask a question. Indian producers seem to be very shy.
In the meantime, I just wanted to touch back on Gaurav's point about working with local languages. And I mean, all film commissions work a bit differently, but if we see sort of a project that needs help, let's say with budgeting, let's say if it's with location scouting, we can cover those expenses in the initial phase.
You do?
We do that. I mean, it varies from project to project what they need, right? But the budgeting is tricky, or if it's very location specific, maybe we can bring the team in and do the location scouting and help sort of in the initial phase so that no one is sort of on the losing end.
It's very comforting to know, isn't that? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the decision-making point, and in that, the whole idea is that we don't end up going there.
Correct.
Then, so that is.
It's very nice. You guys will obviously be here with your booths and stands, and everybody will get a chance to meet you. We'll wrap this up now.